Hi, my name is Ariane Iqbalian. I am the Education Abroad Advisor for Culverhouse College of Business here at UA, and welcome to our 2020, Fall 2020 Virtual Study Abroad Showcase. This panel is going to be talking about the intern group. I have Katrina Rangel from the intern group, and I have another person coming in. I just want to let everyone know that this panel is being recorded, and we are going to be uploading this recording on our YouTube channel at a later date. So if you have any questions to ask, feel free to put it in our chat box or wait until the presentation is finished and you can unmute yourself and ask your question then. And with that, I'll let you take it away, Katrina.
Okay, wonderful. Well, hi everyone, and thanks for joining this webinar with the University of Alabama on virtual internships with the intern group and how to build your career from anywhere. My name is Katarina. I'm the Global Head of Admissions with the intern group, and I just hope you're all having a great afternoon. I'm really happy to be here with you today, and I'll actually be giving the webinar from one of our offices in Santiago, Chile. So I'll go ahead and get started. Okay, perfect. So during the presentation, you can ask questions in the chat pod and I'll be happy to answer them at the end. And just like was stated, we will be recording the webinar, so it will be going out afterwards. And if you want to refer back to anything, please do. All right, so for those of you who are not familiar with our beginnings, we were founded in 2011 and we're an award-winning social enterprise. We provide talented participants from all over the world with leading remote internships in their career field of choice. We partner with over 100 top universities around the world, including yours, and we work with leading companies, NGOs, governments, and we have over 3,000 host organizations. We seek the best global talent to become part of our 10,000 plus alumni community representing over 150 countries. So how it works, we keep the application process straightforward and simple. Fill out an application form on our website and attach your CV and resume. You'll be invited to then schedule an admissions interview, which takes place via Skype or by the phone. We will review your CV and resume and prepare questions based on your background, experience, and academics. If accepted, confirm your spot in the program. And then you will then get in touch with your program coordinator who will help you with all things preparation related, including HR assessment, CV resume optimization, interviews for your internship placement, and building your professional profile. So there are three core components of our remote program: a professional virtual internship in the career field of your choice, our best-in-class career advancement training, and access to our world-class keynote speaker series, all of which we'll discuss in more depth. All right, so you're guaranteed an internship in your career field preference. There are no visa restrictions or restrictions to destination. You can intern with a company anywhere around the world. Meaningful, collaborative, project-based work with clear guidelines is the theme with a high-quality virtual internship. You will have regularly scheduled one-on-one calls with your internship supervisor in the host organization to ensure project guidelines are defined clearly and that your projects are on track. Flexibility is also a major factor with our virtual program. You can intern remotely, full-time or part-time alongside your studies or other responsibilities. And this can be done from your home or from anywhere else in the world. We have year-round start dates, and you can choose between 10, 20, 30, or 40 hours per week and select any internship duration between 4 to 24 weeks. And our second component is our career advancement training, which will help you to develop each of the 8 core competencies that NACE, the National Association of Colleges and Employers, have identified as being essential to allow you to share your experience, to succeed within the 21st century. So how do we do this? We facilitate group reflection discussions to allow you to share your experience with your peers and crystallize what you've learned. So then you can then put this into practice. This is also done through a combination of one-on-one coaching, quizzes, projects, and once you've completed, you'll earn a certificate and badge that can be displayed on your LinkedIn. For anyone who's not familiar, those 8 key skills are critical thinking, global intercultural fluency, collaboration, leadership, written communications, digital technology, career management, and work ethic. Now, one of the most notable benefits of our remote program is the world-class keynote speaker series. You will have 3 months access to an interactive speaker series, which features global and industry leaders. These leaders are well known for their expertise and success across different career fields. And these live online talks will take place every week. In every discussion, you'll have the opportunity to ask live questions in the Q&A section, and will ultimately be gaining firsthand career insight from the very best. The idea here is that you build the knowledge to succeed directly from those who have succeeded. And some previously featured speakers include Nick Jellicoe, who was the global head of communications at Rolex for 10 years. Claire Diaz-Ortiz, who's a best-selling author, influencer, and investor. As well as Zarinka Baralo, who was a refugee from Sarajevo, where she worked as a journalist during the conflict in the 90s. And Federico Vega, who is one of the highest profiled entrepreneurs in Latin America. Now, we offer placements in a variety of career fields, which you can see here. And if you don't see your career field here, that's okay. We get a good sense of your academics and pursuits and your overall goals during the admissions interview. And we can often seek out opportunities that will be a good fit for you. Now, you'll benefit from professional development before your program begins and after it finishes. The tools included in your program enable you to successfully prepare for your internship before you start, make the most of your experience while you're on program, and then successfully sell your experience in interviews to future employers. When you're completing your internship, you will have workshops with professionals, a library of professional development resources, CV and resume optimization, as well as one-on-one coaching sessions after you've completed the program. So if you have not already been through this process, we use a very personalized placement method to find an internship specific to your professional goals, experience levels, and future ambitions. Our placement team will provide you with CV and resume optimization, and then they'll start building your professional profile. Once created, we reach out to our extensive network of host organizations to find a role that best matches your needs. You'll be set up on an interview with the host organization to ensure that it's the best match on both ends. And this interview is a great way to meet the company and learn more about both their company culture and the role itself. Now, while we have over 3,000 host organization partners, I want to just take a moment to highlight a few major companies that our interns have been placed in. Some that you can see here are Aflac, FIFA, the governing body of football or soccer, Paulita, which is leading in retail and fashion in Spain, the Colombian government in Medellin, where interns have had the possibility of interning in different areas such as family, environmental, and entrepreneurship departments, Sony Music, Grant Thornton, as well as Quintessentially, and finally KPMG. KPMG is a professional service company, and it's known as one of the big four auditors alongside Deloitte, Ernst & Young, and PricewaterhouseCoopers. So why a global remote internship? Gaining experience interning for a global organization helps you improve cross-cultural fluency skills, self-discipline, and digital literacy from anywhere in the world. An internship will help you define your career path by working with a company that's committed to giving you a meaningful and collaborative experience in your field. Lastly, global professional experience stands out to employers and offers a valuable boost to your CV or resume, and that will initially help you stand out. Here at the Intern Group, we want to help you to push yourself outside of your comfort zone and gain firsthand knowledge of a global scale. This experience will give you insight into a career and global perspective. And we have 10 years of internal experience of knowing how to make great remote teams and what it takes to be a great remote worker. We look forward to transferring you this ability to be a great remote worker, which is highly sought after and will be more and more sought after by employers around the world going forward. And as noted in Time magazine, 88% of our past participants have obtained graduate level employment within 3 months of completing their internship with us. And as one past participant stated, when I learned about the remote internship program, I had to grab it with both hands. I still got a lot of benefits from an in-person internship, e.g., learning new skills, on-the-job training, mentorship, and I've taken away some invaluable knowledge from the Keynote speaker series. The Intern Group has given me the boost I needed on my career journey, and I feel a lot less anxious about the future because of it. And accessibility is important to us here at the Intern Group, which is why we do offer a number of needs-based and merit-based discounts. We do have a partnership, of course, with the University of Alabama, and University of Alabama students receive a $300 valid towards any intern group program. And additionally, if you receive a Pell Grant, you will benefit also from an additional $500 discount off any of our programs. And that concludes our presentation today on virtual remote internships with the Intern Group. So I'll just give everyone a moment if they want to share any questions.
And as we mentioned earlier, you can either unmute yourself or you can write your question in the chat box. Okay, Brooke asked, when would you say is the best time to intern?
That's a great question. So we do have rolling start dates. So our next available is starting as soon as October 26th. Our rolling start dates are every other week. So it really depends on your schedule. We have a number of participants who are doing our program alongside their studies, alongside work commitments, or also family commitments. Because we have that flexibility in terms of you could do a 10-hour-a-week placement or a 20-hour-a-week placement, you can really fit it into your schedule, and we have rolling admissions for this program.
I will say on the UA side, I would try not to leave it to the very last minute if you're trying to get it for, just so that way we can, because you will also not only need to do a application with the Intern Group, but you'll also need to do an application with us as well. So while rolling admissions is great, just the sooner you know that you want to apply, the better on our end, at least.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Any other questions? And just this is open to whether you're a freshman, senior, it's open to any, student, correct?
Absolutely, yeah.
Okay. Great. Is there any country that's really popular with students with the Intern Group? Any highlights?
Yeah, that's a great question. So I would say a lot of our participants do prefer London. I would say just because of the number of different opportunities within the financial world, also within like the field of social work, different things like that. But our virtual remote program, we have opportunities in countries all over the world. So although we have our traditional 14 in-person destinations, the remote program has really opened up the possibilities of where you could be doing your internship in terms of where the host organization is located. So we do have a number of participants that are even working with NGOs and nonprofits that are based in countries in Africa, or also in different parts of Europe that we don't have available for our traditional in-person program.
Oh, and speaking of in-person, so if a student does want to do an in-person program and it's longer than, you know, the traditional 90 days, does the intern group help in terms of applying for a visa or anything like that?
Yep, we provide visa assistance, and when we do process your application, we know which visa you'll need to be applying for or reapplying for, depending on the duration that you'll be in country.
Okay, great. All right. If our guests, if anyone has other questions, feel free to put them in the chat.
Sorry, I realized I still had my video off.
It's all right. One thing I would like to ask is, I know with the virtual options with COVID, it's a great, you know, thing to have, but if, let's say, students are in person and something with the pandemic changes things and they need to be sent back home, like what is the intern group's COVID-19 policies?
Yeah, absolutely. So we did have some participants who were in country when the COVID outbreak did happen. So basically our in-country team, because we provide 24-hour in-country support, they were able to get, well, they were in contract with all of the interns who were in country to make sure that they were able to get home safely. And then from there, we had a lot of interns who went on to finish their internship with those same host organizations virtually, or even come onto our virtual program. That way they could still get all of the benefits of the internship.
Well, if there are no more questions, I guess we could end it here. If maybe you can put your email address in the chat box so the students, if they have any other questions that might come up later, they can contact you.
Yeah, absolutely.
And if you have questions on the UA side of things of the application process, feel free to, if you just have general questions, you can email us at studyabroad at ua.edu. If you're in a Culver House student, I will be your advisor. So if you want to contact me, I will put down my email address in the chat box as well. So let me do that right now. Well, alrighty then. Well, thank you so much for presenting today, and thank you guys for joining us, and we hope to see you interning abroad in the future.
My pleasure. Thank you so much for having me today.
All right. Bye,
everyone.